Welcome, everyone, to the Hardin Local Weekly podcast. I am Rachel Brantingham. This week, the whole county is pointed at one place, White Mills. The 51st annual White Mills Days is Friday and Saturday. Vendors, a duck race on the Nolan River, a free concert, and fireworks on Friday night. Then a parade, a 5K, and a barbecue chicken dinner Saturday. We'll give you the highlights. I know we've talked about this, but we cannot emphasize this enough. It's going to be the event you're not going to want to miss. But the full schedule, of course, lives on our website at hardinlocal.com. Here's your homework. While you watch, the icebreaker question coming up in a few minutes is,
I think we
what
changed
is
it.
your,
We
yeah,
changed it.
what it, we went
What
with
did we
best.
change it to, Britain? Changed it last second. Britain.
Favorite back to school traditions.
Yeah, perfect. So, your favorite back to school tradition. We can't wait to hear what your all's is. And stick around today because later in the show, we've got a big announcement about a brand new show. So, you won't want to miss that information. Also, today, we're doing something a little different in place of our usual guest interview. Instead, John and Phil, are going to spend some time on Bourbon Local, the newest thing we've been building. It's got its own show, its own host, and it goes live for the first time this Sunday night at 9. We'll tell you everything a little later in the show. Nate's got business buzz, and it is a loaded one this week. The city finally spoke about Wawa, the situation, and Phil's got more to add on that. Plus, a sushi spot is closing after 13 years. A double grand opening and a sneak peek at a brand new spot at Social Food Hall. And I've got your housing market update. The headline this week is simple. The buyers are paying attention to value, not just price. Let's bring up the crew. I want to introduce you to everyone. I've got Phil Tall, who is our co-host and producer. I've got Scott Lucas, who is my co-host. John O'Brien, who brings us the events and happenings and that beautiful beard. We've got Nate Bryan with our business news and updates. And I've got Britten McDowell with us from the Experienced Eater. Everyone is on. All right. So if you're watching live, tell us where you're watching from in the comments. We love to interact with our audience. So we want to know where you're watching from. And make sure to like the page, share the stream, and hit subscribe on YouTube so you don't miss us. Everything we talk about today, guys, it is all available at hardinlocal.com. I cannot emphasize enough that you're going to want to sign up for the newsletter that, excuse me, automatically comes to your inbox. And so it's free. You're going to want to do that. And then, of course, go there for any information in regards to anything that we discussed today. Excuse me. I've been fighting a summer cold, and this thing will not go away. Before we get into the fun stuff, a couple quick things. First, mark your calendars for Friday and Saturday at the beginning of the show. White Mills Days is the 51st annual this year, and it's a big one. John, of course, has got the full rundown in just a few minutes. And one more heads up before school gets fully back into its rhythm. Elizabethtown's Independence first day of school is Wednesday. Hardin County students already started last week, so this is the last first day of school morning of the season. Buses, of course, are all over the roads. School zones are live. So make sure you give yourself some extra time because, of course, it's unique to get back in the rhythm of like, oh yeah, I've got to wait for the school bus on my typical commute to work. So make sure you leave with a little advance notice. Before we move on, I want to flag something for you because you're going to hear us mention it a couple of times today. This episode is presented by Bourbon Local. That's Hardin Local's new sister show. Phil, you want to take this one since you're one of the people behind it?
Yeah, full disclosure up front. Bourbon Local is something I'm building alongside John O'Brien, who's on, our events guy, and then Jessica Simlick. Think of it as Hardin Local's cousin, but it has a much larger audience, all of bourbon country, basically all of Kentucky. And the entire show is going to be built around that word bourbon, but it's going to be so much more. It'll be a cultural show, events and news and the bourbon industry and different things like that. So pilot episode, which we're calling episode 0, goes live this Sunday, August 16th, 9 p.m. Eastern. We're going to be streaming that live on both Facebook and on X. And we would stream it on YouTube. We'll walk through all of this, who's hosting it, what the show actually is, and tease about a special guest that we're having later in the show. Stick around.